Welcome to Breaking the Limits. Today with me I have Elizabeth McMillan, Digestive Healthcare Specialist. Thank you for being on my show. And I know this is something you're really passionate about and had a lot of experience, personal experience in. Could you tell my watchers and viewers what that really means, what kind of digestive health care you might be talking about? Because a lot of people out there might not really know.
That's fine. Well, thank you so much for having me today and doing this interview with me. It's an honor. And so, yeah, I have been on my own health journey for, digestive health journey for a lot of my life.
Yeah.
In the last few years, it kind of got kicked up a notch. And so
Is it a good kick up a notch or not good kick up a notch? Kind of like a challenging kick up a notch.
It got my attention. Let's just say that.
Gotcha.
So in 2012, I started to have some really serious distension and bloating, and more than just the feminine bloating, just lots of bloating.
Just saying.
So there were times when I would eat food and then I would look 6 months pregnant. So I would gain a pant.
No one wants to do that.
No, I would gain a pant size or a pant and a half
Okay.
size. So when I was going to work, I was literally bringing a change of clothes, or I was wearing pants that were big enough that I could wear belts on in the morning. So it took me a while to kind of figure out what was going on and to get the right medical team and people in my corner who kind of knew what they were talking about.
Is there a word name for what was going on that you could share?
Yes. So I figured out I had small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, which is SIBO for short. And that is basically where there is bad bacteria or an overgrowth of good bacteria, or it could be an overgrowth of
Too much of a good thing.
too much of a good thing or too much of a bad thing.
Yeah.
Overgrowth in the small intestine.
Oh, okay.
And so it also could be bacteria, it also could be yeast and fungus. So basically from your colon, things would kind of get backed up and can go into your small intestine where they're not supposed to be, and then get trapped. So then when you eat anything that ferments, because we all ferment food when we're eating it, and so it would then get trapped in there because there's a valve that goes to your stomach and there's a valve that goes to your large intestine that close. So
I'm gonna double check this is rolling because I'm sure. Okay.
So it gets basically the fermentation process basically then causes gas. So the bacteria or other things that are not supposed to be in there start to eat that food, and
Sounds like you're your own little private brewery going on there.
Exactly, not a good way.
Yeah.
And so basically then they have byproducts, which are gas. And so then they create methane or hydrogen. Yes. So basically most people with IBS, it's actually SIBO.
Oh.
So, and you can get SIBO from food poisoning. That's one of the biggest things. And then you can also get it from, most likely my source was too much stress. So
we all got that.
Exactly.
We should all have it now.
And too much stress causes damage.
Imbalance.
It causes imbalance, and it also causes damage to your vagus nerve, which is your 10th cranial nerve.
I heard that's the good nerve.
It's
a feel-good nerve, right?
It's a nerve that innervates so much of your body. And so it's in charge of the migrating motor complex, which is the systolic sweeping action that happens in your intestines that sweep out the food. So
that's going to cause some grief.
It causes things to get stuck.
So you've gone through this whole journey, which on your own, and then with doctors and back and forth.
Yes.
So I know you're passionate about helping other people through this, because it sounds like a rat's maze of stuff you have to figure out. So
Yes.
what's your vision? You'd like to just have I believe you mentioned you're going to have as a seminar, or would you like to explain what you were thinking of doing around this to help other people?
Sure. My goal and my vision is to have a retreat, some sort of retreat that is going to bring people together in community, and we can have hands-on demonstrations. I want people actually in the kitchen, because one of the hardest things for people when they first get a diagnosis like this, or any autoimmune condition at all. I also have ulcerative colitis, hypothyroid, I have hormonal imbalances, adrenal fatigue. There's lots of things that
sort all that out.
It is very difficult to sort out, and one thing plays on another. So once you get adrenal fatigue, the thyroid goes down. All of this, and then also
Kind of
hormones.
snowballs in.
Exactly. And so the good thing is, once things get better, kind of everything starts to get better.
That's always good.
Yes. So, and the digestive health is a big part of it, because if you keep eating things that are irritating to you, it's like putting fuel on the fire.
Yeah.
And so then it's just really hard to get better. So with the retreat, my idea is to have, again, hands-on experience where people are learning practical tools in the kitchen so that they can make lifestyle modifications such as diet changes and stuff without it being so hard. It can be a real challenge, especially when you have family, a spouse and kids, or any other family members living in your house who are not on the same page with you.
Right.
Because all of a sudden you've gone to the doctors, you have this huge challenge, and you're told, okay, let's change things, and you're like, okay, how do I do it? And I will do anything to make this stop. And then your family, you come back and you're just like, okay, we're making all these changes. I'm throwing out all the junk food. I'm throwing out, and the family's just like, whoa, wait a minute.
Even regular diets is so hard to deal with.
Exactly.
That. Just like, oh, I want to lose 5 pounds, I'm going to get junk food out of the house. That alone is enough. So
Exactly.
it's just like way more specialized and intense, right?
Exactly. And
So.
clearing out the pantry to family members that are not necessarily dealing with
Let
it
go
is
of
just
the
like,
cookies!
oh my gosh, how can I do that? And that just sounds, no, this is your thing, not my thing, you know?
Right.
And so getting everyone on the same page in a way that is not so terrifying and not so confrontational, because it doesn't have to be confrontational. You can actually support each other and be like, okay, let's see, this is how I would like meals to look. It's not a have to, you know. Yes, you can have your potato. Yes, you can have your pasta. Yes, you can have your rice. I might not be doing that. However, I can still cook that as a side, and I can still have my meal, and my husband or my kids then, you know, can have whatever they need. Because for me, carbs are not really good right now.
Not so good.
Not so good.
Not good, so good for me either, but for other reasons, right?
And however, like my husband, for example, is a triathlete.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He needs carbs.
Yeah.
He is not going to perform well unless he has carbs. And he doesn't have all the digestive issues that I have. So if I took rice away from him, he would be crashing and burning. Like, it would not be pretty.
It would not be pretty.
It would not be pretty. And I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And luckily, it took us a little while to figure out exactly how it was going to look for us. And he's amazing, and he's very supportive. And
So you've already found that balance
I
with
have.
your husband, which is
I have.
also the huge challenge people will have. So you kind of lived through the
Yes.
whole process from start to finish.
Exactly.
So-
And luckily for me, I was someone that had been in the kitchen before. I wasn't a newbie to the kitchen. However, I know people who have been newbies. Like,
yeah.
this
Or
is a carrot.
Don't.
And this is a
I can
peeler.
boil a mean pot of water. Yeah.
Exactly. And teaching, like, okay, this is how you peel a carrot. And this is how you chop things. And this is how long it takes. I mean, some people are starting from scratch. And some people are like, oh yeah, I put recipes together all
It
the
sounds
time.
like you'd almost have like a little cooking class in there, which sounds kind of
Yes.
fun, actually.
There would definitely be a cooking
Yeah.
class aspect to it. I would love to show people how to change breakfast. Breakfast
Your
is
eyes light up when you say breakfast.
breakfast. Breakfast is one of the most interesting questions I have all the time when
Really?
people ask me, what do I eat?
What do you? for
So, well, just in general, I eat meat. I eat fat, so
breakfast?
good healthy fats like coconut oil.
Avocados and coconut oil.
Olive oil for sure. Coconut oil is great because it's antimicrobial and antifungal. So it is a great soothing thing, and plus it's a great lubricant. So if you're having any digestive issues, it can be really helpful for moving things along. And just to be blunt.
Sounds like you could almost make this a little bit fun, but if people shy away so much from when we talk about digestive, you know,
Yeah.
it's like that. It's like over that.
Guess
Come
what?
on, people.
Everybody poops.
There you go.
Everyone
Could be the
poops.
name of your next book.
There you go. Although that is a child's book right now.
Oh, is it?
It is.
Oh,
They
I
have
didn't know that.
They have animals and stuff, and it shows how every
so
animal
they do.
poops.
Okay.
Anyway, And so the other things that I eat, so I eat meat, I eat oils, and I eat vegetables, a lot of vegetables. So, and I do limit the starchy vegetables.
So no complex carbs or quick carbs?
Some complex carbs, and I'm actually starting to increase those, which is very exciting because I think that I'm actually now starting to get over the small intestinal bacterial overgrowth.
Nice. So it's really
And so I had an apple the other day, and I was so excited.
You're so excited.
And then I had
Apples
another
are
one,
good.
and another one,
It's
like
don't
2
go
days in a row.
overkill on the
I
apples.
wasn't
now.
going overkill, however, the next day I was just like testing the waters, and I was so excited.
So to get back to your retreat, do you
Yes.
have a game plan in mind as to when you're actually going to kick this thing off, maybe, or?
Yes, so I am going to be doing it the first weekend in April. So
Nice.
April, I believe that's the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
After April Fool's Day.
No, it's actually, no, I'm
Is it
sorry.
on April
It's
Fool's
April
Day?
1st,
Oh,
2nd, and 3rd.
No,
It's going to
no
be
practical jokes
no
involved.
practical
though,
jokes.
right?
So what I'm thinking is probably going to do something on Friday night, and then some sort of aspect of it on Saturday, and then some aspect of it on Sunday. And I would love people to come to all 3 days possibly. However, I do know that this is super short notice, and even if people can only come to certain parts of it, I think there would be a huge benefit.
So do you have any way that people can find out more about this, or I can post with this video?
That is a wonderful idea.
Like, how can I go to this thing, or where it's going to be, and all that good stuff.
That's a really good question.
If you don't yet, then I can still post it after the fact.
Okay.
So.
So I do have an email address, and it's elizabethdigests@gmail.com. So ELIZABETH digests DIGESTS @gmail.com.
So that's first base. Touch
Yes.
with that.
Yes.
Figure out.
And I actually also have a website, elizabethdigests.com.
Oh, excellent.
It's
Gotta
not-
put that up.
It's not up yet though.
It will be soon, though,
It will
right?
be soon,
So
though.
still good to have.
It is still good to have, and it might. And I'm realizing right now it might be elizabeth.digests@gmail.com.
I'll post the thing so people can see.
Okay, perfect.
You give me the right information. I'll
Okay.
get it. So thank you so much. This is exciting. I can't wait to hear more about it and get everybody else information so that the people out there that might be shy about this or not know about this
Yeah.
realize there might be some support out there for them after all,
Yeah.
which is awesome. So thank you.
And I actually do want to say a little
Oh,
bit
absolutely.
more, if that's all right.
Absolutely.
Okay, so some of the other things that I do want to address during the retreat are lifestyle modifications. So
Okay.
definitely some stress reduction, because we do
I
know.
need that, and I'm like, I need that.
We all know, I mean, when we get stressed out, our digestion actually shuts down.
Yeah.
And so taking a few deep breaths before you sit down and eating your food while you're sitting down, those are just
It's slowing down eating too. I have that problem. I
Exactly.
wolf stuff. I'm at my desk. I'm eating and
Right.
yeah.
Right, guilty, definitely.
Yeah.
And so changing those are very important. And then also, again, tips on family dynamics, as well as tips on travel. I have traveled a lot now with digestive health. As my husband is a triathlete, I do go with him to a lot of his races.
yes.
And he has raced both in a lot of different states in the United States as well as in Canada. So I have lots of
That's a
information.
challenge. I've traveled a lot in the past, and I get the travel fats. Eat badly, don't exercise, and that's not even with the challenge like what you're dealing with.
Right, and I don't,
So-
and I do not eat out at restaurants typically. I do have tips and tricks for that as well, because it
Excellent.
is possible. However, you do have to be extremely diligent. And then if you do not want to eat out, I totally have got my travel stove in the back of the car sometimes.
Oh wow. Okay.
And so
Good.
there are many ways. Workarounds and ways to actually still function. Going and eating out with your own food that you've cooked.
They don't
And
snag you at the door
They
and
do
tackle
not.
you and
No,
take you away.
no. There are ways to get around that.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah,
lots
that's great.
of information. Ways to go camping. I've
Oh,
gone
think about
on.
that one.
I've gone on a week-long backpacking trip
Wow.
with cooking all of my own food, and
That's
It's-
impressive.
yes, it
So-
takes coordination and a lot of planning. And that's another thing, meal planning. That's something.
I'm terrible at that.
And when you have some digestive health stuff, you really need to be organized. And so having ways and tools to be able to make that just slightly easier it will make
The
a
benefits
world of difference.
far outweigh the little bit of planning you gotta do.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
So,
So
Good to know.
thank you.
I'd like to learn how to do that for myself, and
I would love to help you.
I'm terrible. I can boil and heat bottled water too. So, did you have anything else you'd like to share with the audience?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, thank you so much. This has been awesome. And I can't wait to hear more about everything you're doing. So
Cool.
I'm sure we'll have a follow-up.
Yes,
So
we
thank
will.
you.
Thank you so much, and I'm excited to meet anyone that is interested in joining on either this retreat or retreats in the future.
Which I'm sure there will be.
Yes.
Many of them.
Yes, and more information on my website.
Yep. Looking forward to seeing